they asked him about recruiting. I can't remember if this was in the breakout or if this was in like this portion of the questioning, but they asked him about recruiting and he talked about like not being complacent. And so like he said like now they took all the 2024 game day pictures off the wall and things like that. There's no signs of success from last year on any of the walls
Really?
anymore. Yeah.
Really? Yeah. They should keep it like it's Tom Allen era and like not even that. Like let's do
No,
like
just bland walls. That's why,
oh
like, and there was an uproar about the jerseys again this week, and like I am very vocally not a fan of Adidas. I'm not
yeah, we
shy
hate
about my
Adidas.
opinion.
We're an anti-Adidas podcast.
I like the Indiana football jerseys. There, I said it. I'm sorry. They're plain. The
They
color
have a good
contrast is
look.
perfect. Like it's a good look. The cream on the crimson is beautiful. Like it's good. They can be like
It's the
listen.
material quality for me, which will
No,
probably be
I'm with
better
you.
now that they're good. But like,
Yeah, I'm with you. But no, I like
it
the
was
jersey
it
color
was better
combos.
last year. I will say they did look.
And what and I would while I would like the different jersey combos for like a video game perspective, like CFB 26, like I'm cool if they just wear red and white in real life. Like I don't really need anything else.
My only request is if the only alternates they should really do is maybe I've suggested the black helmet throwback. A lot of people don't like those unis, and then
You mean these?
yeah, those white
I'm
helmets.
this will be a moment in time, Brad. This hat, I'm telling you.
We'll
see
this
logo.
break those out. We're gonna break out the Antoine Randall L's.
We'll see this logo again. Don't worry.
Antoine Randall L's, and then
or if they do like the black script, like the basketball uniforms that the players and recruits.
No, they don't need to do blackout. No, all red or all white.
Only if like if they wanted to match I'm saying if they wanted to match the basketball team, like I would appreciate that. Like that would be like okay, cool, I get.
I love the white pants look, but I think an all red would be kind of cool, like a crimson out, and then like an all white on the roads would be kind of could be fresh. But the all reds would look a lot cooler if they go 2 white stripes on the side, like a Shelby. They got them on the helmet and then on the pants. That's a good look. It's a good look. I'm just telling you. Maybe Jumpman can get us there. Who knows? But we're locked in with Adidas for what, like 10 years? So
2034.
Man. Chrome helmets. They're okay. I actually put on my freshman orientation, I put on one of those chrome helmets.
Yeah, I actually have a picture of me in the hold on, I'll try and find it because I think I know where it is. But no, listen, Indiana had a bunch of really cool like color combinations and helmets, especially like early Tom Allen or late Kevin Wilson. But they were so bad for so long that all of those kind of got scrapped. Let's see. Can people see these?
I don't know. I mean, we don't need to go. I feel like the chromes were cool, but it's a little gimmicky these days. I feel like
that was the one with the red, white, and blue with like the Indiana on the side.
The only thing you could sell me on is a throwback and maybe an all. I'm been thinking about the all black a little bit. It could be there's potential there, but I don't think they need to do that. I think they have a really clean look. Mm-hmm. They need to have a brand too, you know.
Cignetti talked about a top-down approach, saying you can't have enough leaders in the room. Outside of the 3 guys that were at media day, he talked about Pat Coogan, Carter Smith as 2 specific guys that he could see stepping up. Talked about Coogan a lot, actually, not just in this portion. But he also mentioned there's 10 to 12 guys on the team that could be considered like really good leaders with like room for there to be more. And he said you win with people. There's no warm fuzzies. Like you're there to work every day.
Well, I mean, that's as expected, right? I don't know. They're like, yeah, I feel like we've heard this before.
Yeah, well, it's like Cignetti and Power, and like this is something Aiden Fisher said, and this is something Cignetti said, and this is repeated over and over again. Like Cignetti empowers his staff empower the players, and it's just that's how it works. Obviously, somebody was going to ask him about the schedule. We got somebody. I said some things out loud. I'll keep to myself when the Virginia question was asked. But we got an excellent response from Cignetti. The quote, and I said this in response to B-Town Bucket Boy, who's like, if you actually listen to Sig's answer, it wasn't just the jab at the SEC. He actually like gave like a full blown like solution with reasoning. But he
Yeah,
said,
that's what I said on the Mark Rogers. I was like, yeah, because I'm gonna go with Sig and call it the SEC, but I will say that he did give a full on solution of standardizing scheduling with with the power conferences at least.
but Sig said it got us an extra home game. He then gave the whole spiel, which I wish I pulled the exact numbers, but they're not even relevant. It was like 12 of 16 Big 10 or big SEC teams played, 25 Power 5 teams, and 7 FCA or whatever the number ended up being. But basically, he rounded that out by saying we just adopted the SEC scheduling philosophy, which was hilarious. And then he said that their focus is on the 9 conference games. He also said he's not opposed to a Big 10 SEC challenge. And he said that there needs to be like a scheduling structure, some sort of standardized scheduling across the country, across the conferences. And this wouldn't be a conversation.
I would kind of like the SEC challenge. Like every other year we go to a different SEC college town. It could be really fun. Yeah, Pitt's talking about how the kid from Locked On Big Ten or Locked On College Football. Oh, asked about the Virginia game. Oh, made a whole podcast. I don't know what his problem is. Jesus Christ.
He's
an Oregon fan, so yeah, we'll just pick up our quality win at Eugene this year and just call it a day. And then they'll come back and say Oregon's on a down year. They aren't as good. They're 8-4, whatever. It's like, okay. When do we win? Because you beat a team and then their record gets worse, and it's a stupid metric anyways. And what's even the point of winning games anymore if we're just going to talk about strength of schedule the whole time?
Why even play the games if you could just look at recruiting rankings? Because then you'll know who's going to be good. Curt Cignetti was asked what the theme of this year is, or if there was a theme.
Remember when Tom Allen had a theme?
Yeah, no, it was like word of the year. I was all about that.
Whole graphic for it. Jesus Christ!
Oh
no, it's fast, physical, relentless. Every single play, like every single minute, every single time you breathe. Fast, physical, relentless. It's not like a word of the month.
The social media,
anyways,
and it's obviously continued, but the social media, and I've said this over and over again, since Cignetti took over, is just seen a drastic uptick in quality. We got a bunch of those, we got the pictures of Aiden Fisher and Mikal Kamara and those guys in the get up for media day, but we also got pictures from this past week of Elijah Hardy and Jamari Sharp, and they just constantly do a good job of making this team look the way that they look sick. It's awesome to see as a fan base. It really is.
Because they are sick. They're going to be a great squad this year. I'm super pumped to watch them play football. Period.
He said the theme
40
is
days
humble.
Away, Keezer. 40 days.
The theme is humble and hungry versus noise and clutter. And he said specifically, I'm good at 2 things. I'm good at keeping the main thing, and being a watchdog for complacency and stomping it out.
The main thing. He talks like a G, this guy. Keeping the main thing, and he stomps out complacency. I mean,
he's a watchdog for complacency.
Where does he come up with this shit, man? Watchdog for complacency. He's a dork. All right. Yeah, nice.
They were asked. This was a very loaded question that I don't even realize what the answer was, but Cignetti kind of took in the question, thunk for a second, and then answered it the best he could. But he was asked about I think they were trying to ask him how much money he spends on his roster without actually saying it, or what his goal, or if trying to dig at some sort of NIL angle for Indiana. And he said the goal is to be the best, but in all actuality, the goal is to be in the top third of the conference in terms of resources. And if you give Curt Cignetti a top third budget in the Big Ten, he's not going to lose many recruiting battles. They're going to go get the guys they want and build really good rosters.
They're going to be top third in the conference every year if they do that. Period.
Yep. Completely agree.
If they do that. I have a hard time. All right, third. Let's do a breakdown. Big Ten. Who do we have to outspend to be top third? That means we have to outspend 12 teams. So Penn State's going to be in that. Ohio State. Oregon.
It's a lot easier to go. Who
USC,
are they?
Michigan.
Let me pause you. It's a lot easier to be okay, who are they currently not outspending, or at least because we know Ohio State's spending 40, 50, 60 million. Yeah. Oregon's spending 40, Michigan. 50, 60. Michigan's up there with spending. Nebraska's up there with spending. I'm
Penn
sure
State,
Penn State's spending,
Washington.
obviously. I'm sure Washington's spending.
UCLA's working on
Minnesota's not cheap. USC is spending a shitload.
Wisconsin. I'm sure Wisconsin's paying some money. The only team that really doesn't pay around here is Northwestern, and that's like I'm cool with that.
But it's like we know they're spending more, or like they have more resources than Purdue, than Maryland, than, like you said, Northwestern.
I'm saying that's the six that they have to be in, because there is no world they have to outspend Nebraska basically for that sixth spot. Nebraska might even be, they might spend more than a Michigan. It's hard to convince me just based on results that Nebraska spends more than Penn State, Ohio State, Oregon, Michigan, USC. It's hard to convince me they do that. So we just got,
and Iowa's not really spending.
Well, we just outspent everyone in the Big Ten. Why don't we just do that?
I mean, listen, we could, like Cignetti mentioned this too. Like Indiana is the second largest, and this is something that Coach Pundit has said on this show over and over again, second largest living alumni base in the country. Now he put another school in front of it. Texas is the only one bigger. And Cignetti actually pointed out there was a lot of Hoosier pride in this past season, which is very nice to hear.
That's good. I think that means money. I think that means money was spent. Money was sent over to the school, which is great. You know, we're gonna, let's just keep it up.
We then got Curt Cignetti at the desk. They talked about what it's like being like now having the target on your back, and his response was basically like, everyone keeps talking about us being the hunted now. Like, why can't we do the hunting? And he's right. Like, they are a team that's hunting this year. Like, everyone can look at them and be like, yeah, we want to take those guys out, but they're not. They didn't accomplish their goal last year. They don't view themselves as like this ultimate. Like, they're chasing something.
Yeah, they haven't done anything. Because remember, Fisher was at. I always say seniors need to go, but Fisher was the team captain last year, so he went to media day, and he said without even like stuttering, he was like, yeah, we're planning on playing like 14, 15, 16 games this year. Like straight face. so serious.
So baller.
Like, everyone's like, they're coming off a 3-9 year. Oh, new coach. He's like, yeah, we're going to the playoff. It's like dead ass. Yeah, we're going. Like, it's just about how many games you play in the playoff, really. It's really.
And he's right. Guess what? He was right.
He was right. They lost a tiebreaker to not go to the Big Ten title game, and and they ended up drawing Notre Dame on the road in the playoff, which kind of stinks because Notre Dame's usually good and tough to play at home. So, I think they're in a good spot, all things considered. Obviously, they didn't accomplish what they set out to do, but they were close and they kept their word. For the, as far as I'm concerned, probably not to themselves, but at least to what they're telling us they're going to do.
What's John saying here? Keep the main thing. The main thing came from Romans 14 and Steve Covey's 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Love that. Appreciate the info, John. You're going to learn something. One way or another, you're going to learn something on this show, whether it's from Brad and I or it's from John. You're going to learn something.
I learn so much from John every day. I do.
Every show he teaches me something. Curt Cignetti was asked specifically about Aiden Fisher, called him a leader and called him basically like the number one leader on this football team, which you can see by the way the players respond to him, by the way the fan base responds to him, by the way the coaching staff respects him. He's about as good as it gets in terms of like who you want to represent your program. He was asked about Fernando Mendoza again. He said he was good, can make all the throws, make them fast, and he's athletic. He said there are a lot of times where play broke down at the end of spring practice, and he's 25 yards down the field. But he talked about his ability to make all the throws, make them from different arm angles, process quickly, and repeat it over and over again. That his last 5 spring practices were awesome.
Yeah, I'm so excited for Fernando Mendoza.
I
just want to watch Fernando Mendoza turn into a machine that catches snap balls and turn them into touchdowns. But this time he's going to do it in a lot cooler way. It's going to be so fun because if you remember, I think one thing I did say on the Mark Rogers show was it really does come down to how good Fernando Mendoza is, because there were times like other than, I called out Notre Dame, the 10 quarters, which were the second half of Michigan, the Ohio State game, and the Notre Dame game. Those are the only times. If you take that all away, Rourke was perfect, but the offense did stall at times. And is Mendoza the guy? People describe him as a gamer. He has these athletic tools. He has this intelligence to him and this maturity to him that you really shouldn't have at his age. It's very alien-like we mentioned before on the show. That just makes you think, is he the guy to get you through that? You get 3 and out against Notre Dame. Is that going to continue, or are you going to be able to drive the ball down the field? And the dude's able to move chains, and he's a gamer. Like we all watched the Miami game last year, and that's with a much worse O-line, much worse weapons. He's able to put 35 on that perennial playoff team, and potential playoff team, that is, if they didn't drop a bad loss toward the end there. And yeah, insane. They should have won that game, by the way. Cal, didn't they get absolutely robbed in that Miami game? Pretty sure.
I know the atmosphere was absolutely crazy, and it came down to like the last possession or whatever it was.